Class we learned about piece and polygon method. So today we can study the third method, isohedral method. Isohede, as you know, it is a line which is connecting points having equal rainfall. It is a line on a rainfall map connecting points having equal rainfall. Isohede is a line which is connecting points having equal rainfall. Here you can see isohede. This is an isohede. So you can see a value of 10 here. This means that this line represents a rainfall value of 10. At any points along this line, the rainfall value will be 10. Isohede means it is a line on a rainfall map of a catchment area or of a river basin joining places of equal rainfall. That is, they are joining places of equal rainfall. That is, along this line, the rainfall value will be 10. And along the second one, we can see that the rainfall along this line will be 11. At any points, if you took any points along this line, the rainfall value will be 11. Now let us see the third isohede. You can see a value of 12. That is, if you take any points, if you consider any points along this line, if you consider any points along this line, you can see that the rainfall value will be 12. If you consider any points along this line, the rainfall value will be 12. Now see the fourth isohede, the value of 13. That is, if you consider any points along this line, the rainfall value will be 13. And the last one is 14. That is, if you consider any points anywhere in this line, the value of the rainfall at that particular point will be 14. That means isohedes are those lines which are joining points having equal rainfall. Isohede means they are lines which are joining points having equal rainfall. That is about an isohede. Now talking about the isohedral method, the step 1 is to prepare an isohedral map from the rainfall values. Several rainfall values will be recorded, and from those rainfall values recorded, we have to prepare an isohedral map. Isohede means they are lines which are joining points having equal rainfall. That is, you can see the value 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, etc. on the map. So the first step is, in the isohedral method, the first step is to prepare an isohedral map from the given rainfall values. The rainfall values will be given, and from the rainfall values given, you have to prepare an isohedral map. You have to prepare an isohedral map from the given rainfall data. That is the first step. Second step is you have to measure the areas enclosed between successive isohede. That is, for example, let us consider the isohede 12 and 13. Let us consider the isohede 12 and 13. Then we have to obtain the area between these isohede. Isohede 12 ഉം 13 ആണ് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിൽ 12ന്റെയും 13ന്റെയും ബിറ്റ്വീൻ വരുന്ന ഏരിയ വേണം കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യാൻ. That is the area which is enclosed between the isohede 12 and 13. If you are considering isohedes 12 and isohedes 13, you have to calculate the area between the isohedes 12 and 13. That is the second step is to measure the areas enclosed between successive isohedes with the help of planimeter. Planimeter means it is a device used to measure the area. That is, if you are considering isoheight 12 and 13, that is a successive isoheight, you have to measure the area which is enclosed between 12 and 13. That, for example, if you are considering 13 and 14, if you are considering the successive isoheights 13 and 14, you have to consider the area which is enclosed between 13 and 14. That is the second step. First step is to prepare the isoheightal map. Second step is to calculate the area which is enclosed between successive isoheights. Third one, multiply each of these areas with the average rainfall values. That is, I told you, if we are considering isoheight 12 and 13, you will consider the area which is enclosed between 12 and 13. If you are considering 12 and 13, you will consider the area which is enclosed between 12 and 13. Then that particular area has to be multiplied with the average of the rainfall values. That is, it has to be multiplied. This particular area has to be multiplied with 12 plus 13 by 2. That is 12.5. So let's say if you are considering the area which is enclosed between isoheight 10 and isoheight 11, then it will be multiplied with 10.5, the average of 10 and 11. Now, if you are considering the area enclosed between 12 and 13, it should be multiplied with 11.5, that is the average value of 11 and 12. Then, if you are considering the area between 12 and 13, it has to be multiplied with 12.5. And if you are considering the area enclosed between 13 and 14, it has to be multiplied with 13.5. And we have to calculate, finally, we have to calculate the rainfall values using the equation sigma P1 plus P2 by 2 into A divided by sigma A. So once more, isoheight means it is a line which is joining points having equal rainfall data. That is, if you are considering the isoheight 13, any points along that line will possess a rainfall intensity of 13. That is about the isoheight. Then the first step is you have to obtain the isoheightal map from the rainfall data given. തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന rainfall data in you have to prepare an isoheightal map. That is the first step. Then the second step is you have to measure the area enclosed between two isoheights. രണ്ട് സക്സസീവ് ഐസോഹൈറ്റിന്റെ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ വരുന്ന ഏരിയ ഫൈൻഡ് ചെയ്യണം. ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഏരിയ, ആ കണ്ടുപിടിച്ച ഏരിയയെ മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുന്നത് യൂസിങ് ദി വാല്യൂ ഓഫ് ആവറേജ് പ്രസിപ്പിറ്റേഷൻ. അതായത് ഐസോഹൈറ്റ് 12ഉം 11ഉം ആണ് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിൽ that particular area between 12 and 11 should be multiplied with the average of 11 and 12, that is 11.5. If you consider the area enclosed between isoheight 11 and isoheight 12, then it should be multiplied with 11.5. Final step, you have to calculate the precipitation value, average precipitation value using the equation P1 plus P2 by 2 into A divided by sigma A. The summation of P1 plus P2 into A divided by summation of A. So let's see a problem, then it will be more clear. All of you take the course material. Using isoheightal method, find average rainfall over a catchment. The data is isoheights in centimeter 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. Area between isoheights. Since the area is between the isoheight, it is given at the center portion, center of 12 and 13. You can see 22, 80, 110, 89 and 70. So isoheights in the value 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. And the area between the isoheights, it is given in kilometer square, area 22. 80, 110, 89 and 70. ആ ഏരിയ ഐസോഹൈറ്റിന്റെ middle ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ് we are writing it in center. In the question it is given in center 22, 80, 110, 89, 70. Then the precipitation values in centimeters 12.5, 13.5, 14.5, 15.5 and 16.5. This is the question. Now you draw columns. The first column isoheight. Name that column as A. Isoheight is given in centimeter. Second column area between isoheight. It is given in kilometer square. Third column average precipitation. That means P1 plus P2 by 2. Average precipitation means P1 plus P2 by 2. Name that column as C. Now you just write the data, the given data, that is isoheights 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Then the area is given 22, 80, 110, 89, 70. Then average precipitation values. It is also given in the question. You just copy the data from the question. 12.5, 13.5, 14.5, 15.5 and 16.5. Now next column is the important column because you have to calculate it. Write product. It means it is column D. It means D is equal to C into B. What is C into B? A into P1 plus P2 by 2. Second column area, third column P1 plus P2 by 2. That is average precipitation. And fourth column is second column into third column. What is second column? Second column is area. And the third column is average precipitation. So, in the fourth column you will obtain A star P1 plus P2 by 2. A into P1 plus P2 by 2. So you multiply 22 into 12.5, that is 275, 80 into 13.5, that is 1080, 110 into 14.5, that is 1595, 89 into 15.5, that is 1379.5, and 70 into 16.5, that is 1155. Okay. Now you find the next step, you find the sum of area and sum of the fourth column, that is sigma A into P1 plus P2 by 2. Once more I shall say, second column means it is the area. Third column means it is P1 plus P2 by 2. And the fourth column means second column into third column. So what will become? A into P1 plus P2 by 2. A star P1 plus P2 by 2. Next step, you find the sum of area and the sum of the sigma A into P1 by 2. Sigma A cheya, similarly sigma A star P1 plus P2 by 2. That is the summation of column D and summation of column B. Now what is the equation? What is the equation for isoheital method? Isoheital method, the equation is P is equal to sigma A into P1 plus P2 by 2 by sigma A. What is sigma A into P1 plus P2 by 2? That is our fourth column. Fourth column is A into P1 plus P2 by 2. Therefore, sigma A into P1 plus P2 by 2 means 275 plus 1080 plus 1595 plus 1379.5 plus 115. So the numerator becomes 5484.5. 5484.5. Next is denominator is sigma A. So what is sigma A? It is directly given in the question. 22 plus 80 plus 110 plus 89 plus 70. So it will be 371. And the equation for isohedral method is sigma A into P1 plus P2 by 2 by sigma A. Therefore, it will be 14.78 centimeter.